Welcome to the 9477th community meeting. It might be slightly, slightly less than that for Wolf Territories Grid. Whee! So hopefully that we'll get through this. We've got a number of different speakers this afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm going to start off with just a bit about the company that runs the grid. Wolf Software Systems Limited is a UK limited company with a brand new logo. Go us. And we can also design websites. We build mobile apps and services. We also host websites, but it's owned by a limited company, which is a bit more secure than just owned by a hobbyist. It's actually owned by a proper UK limited entity. New welcome area, which I think has had so much work done on it. I know Jimmy's done tons of work on it. In fact, most of it is Jimmy. But thanks to everybody, especially Jimmy Olsen and the team, thanks to the great welcome parties we had yesterday, which Zenon ran for our new Stonehenge Club, which was fantastic. And so we had a really good turnout. Thank you very much for putting that on. This welcome area has become really great. And if you haven't got an office here, so if you've got regions on the grid, this is a place where you can have an office. It's much more fun than just putting a sign up, because you can actually put pictures on the wall, have a desk and all kinds of things, links to your regions, and people can explore those offices. And you also meet people here. And I love my office as well. The Wolf Software Systems has got an office here. And if you want an office, it's free. Okay, it's completely free. If you've got a region or some land on the grid, you can have a free office in our fantastic office buildings. You can just go and claim an empty one, or talk to myself, Jimmy, or Zenon, or any of the peacekeepers. And so we can get all that done. Okay, so that's really cool. This was from last month, which I didn't delete, but this is where it all started. So we'll skip that one. The gaming system I've been working on a bit, and I shall shortly be launching vehicles. Not launching vehicles, we're going to be sinking ships and blowing up cars and things, and anything else that you want to. So that's something that there'll be another update probably during this month on that one. So you'll be able to basically you could launch a vehicle at a ship. So there'll be scripts you put in things. So you've got a ship script that you put in ships, and then you'll be able to fire things at the ship, and then it'll sink when it gets enough damage, etc., etc. Very exciting. We're working on it. And tanks. Thank you very much. So just a quick thing about money, because we have got people joining in our grid who don't have any kind of money or financial system on their grid. We have a choice. If you're a region owner on our grid, you can choose either Wolf Territories Dollars, which is Podex, which is an exchange system which allows you to transfer money between different currencies from different grids, or Globits, which is one universal currency across the grid. So you can select that in your region control panel, so you can switch. So if today you like Wolf Territories Dollars, you can use them. If tomorrow, you can use Globits. Lunar uses Globits. Stevie uses Globits. It's just personal preference, and it's it's personal preference. The facility's there, and the good thing is you can exchange it for real money through PayPal, and that allows you to actually move that on. Excuse me. Sorry about this cough. Land sales, very exciting. Helps pay for the grid servers. 10,000 prims to 1.2 million, and it's upgradable, so you can add more prims later. So we've got a new thing where we will match other grids' prices, as long as it's not within reason. So if someone wants to come from another grid or needs to move from their own server or whatever, we're very interested. We've got a new set of tools now where we can transfer and load whole areas from. We can transfer and load whole areas. So if someone's say got a server with let's say, well, in fact, we've just done Chad's regions, which was 84 regions, and we moved them in hardly any time. And what we basically do is we give you a spreadsheet, which we give you a spreadsheet, and then you fill the spreadsheet in, and then we run some software that takes the spreadsheet and generates the regions, and we can also run another tool that loads the OR files. So we basically can do it real quick. The only difficulty sometimes we have is with the with the positioning of the regions, but it's there. So if you've got someone who wants to come from another grid or from another server or from another source and has got a lot to move, we can move it pretty quick and easy. And we've got some other tools to fix inventory, because sometimes people come with damaged inventory and damaged IAR files, which we can now load. And damaged OR files we can load. We've actually got some tools that can try and repair those once the things are actually loaded. So do check out the region control panel. If you own a region here, the region control panel gives you tons of tools to manage your region, like our terrain generator that allows you to generate mountains with just a click. You can change the name of your region. You can do all kinds of things, and there's all kinds of other tools in the control panel as well. So you access the control panel by going to www.wolfgrid-grid.com, and you log in with your avatar, and you could there's a massive control panel of tools and things for doing lots of different things with the grid. One of the things that you're seeing right now is a text-to-speech and speech-to-text tools. We had quite a big Second Life blogger blog about it some time ago, and someone posted, "I can't believe this. They've got this little grid has got this thing we've been waiting for ages for." So it's quite fun. Good. So if you want land, we can do deals if we need to. We can help you. We want to get people over and get people to being part of the grid. So there we go. Next slide. New regions. Welcome to our new region owners. We've got a few here. I've just done this. Is the stuff I've just said. I literally just said this. Education from Xenon. Xenon, over to you. Dear.
Okay, my stupid two mics are picking this up. Can you guys hear me? You've probably heard me this entire time. Aw, thank you. Okay, all right, I'll just come over here and stand by low. Okay, so what's going on? Educationally, we'll be, my plan is that today we're going to move the, I created a temple of, I don't know what you call it. I can't call it a temple of learning because it's not focused on that, but we have a Wolftech temple that is full of some AI art that I do that has to do with collage work. I'm going to be trying to teach a class on that. We're going to have information about Wolftech. We'll have links to our Wolftech exhibits and sites throughout the grid. That's kind of what's going on today. We have something very exciting. I think Lone mentioned it. The Virtual Education Journal, and they like for it to be called, and I'm going to try to say this without my southern accent, veg, like all the veggies for your mind that you want. Fantastic couple that has that, and she did the big article about the grid that got the attention. Fantastic woman. They're on vacation right now, but when she comes back, you guys should meet her. So they've got big plans. We're actually setting up a podcasting studio for them in there. We gave them an entire floor above the Wolftech floor in the high rise, and we'll be setting up a podcasting studio up there. But she wants to do podcasting all over the grid, which I think is awesome. Then some things I want to share with you about the upcoming year. One is, you know that I'm part of Virtual World Education Consortium. Last year was rocky because we were kind of stymied by that relationship with Second Life. And this year, Cooper and I have stepped and said, look, this is a separate world. We're doing things completely separately. We're not going to worry about stepping on people's toes with calendars because the people in SL don't come here and vice versa. And that we're fine with that. So we are ceasing to do these tours. That really wasn't what we were up to anyway. And we're going to start doing workshops. So hopefully every VWEC meeting will be workshops, and they're not going to be like necessarily teaching people grid skills. They're going to be things like project management, instructional design, those kind of things. And so we're going to use a variety of our learning spaces that we've created here on Wolf Territories. We're not limiting this to just the VWEC campus. Same time, I'm going to be shifting that focus on Wolf Tech as well. I want to do, my goal is to have quarterly workshops, and again, we're trying to focus on education that demonstrates things you can do in the virtual world that you can't do in the real world. So we're not focusing on teaching people building skills, although we're open to that. If someone wants to teach people things like some basics of design, some basics of landscaping, I think that would be powerful. But at the same time, you know, there's lots of stuff happening where people learn how to navigate, and they learn how to do those simple things, and that's really not what we're going to be focusing on. So if you have things that you are interested in learning about doing online and tech education, let me know. Just send me some information, and I'll probably be putting out a survey. Oh yeah, I mean, music production. So right here, me. Oh my gosh, Luna, that would be amazing. Um, yes, and anybody who has some very basic Blender skills, like how to just, you know, one of the problems with people learning Blender is you go in and all the workshops and the videos are all about like, here's how you make 10 billion donuts and then bring them in. And nobody, that doesn't help, right? We need relevant learning that's relevant to something, okay? Like Jimmy's 3D text work and things like that. And by the way, yeah, Jimmy's video was fantastic about doing that 3D text. Wonderful. Let's see what else. That's kind of it. I did want to say, obviously, we're going to have you know, a presence at this summer's Wolf Fest, and whoever's on that committee, I would like to be part of the committee this year so I can focus on. We're probably going to have another mini learning con. We just didn't get the response we needed for doing a separate learning con, and the Texas weather here is really challenging. I have had more unexpected severe weather events than I've been here for 60 years, and I've had more unexpected weather events than in my entire life. So yeah, if we're going to try to have a learning con, we really need to have more involvement because it can't be dependent on me. Yeah, Lady Joe, do you live in Texas now? Because I'm over on the Gulf Coast and it's been crazy. We got this last freeze. We had 4 inches of snow on the ground, and it stayed there for 3 days. My horses and dog was like, "What's happening?" Yeah, it was pretty wild. So yeah, I can't even. Oh, it's unbelievably strange. I actually got more snow at my place than they got in Houston, but my understanding was some areas on the Gulf Coast got 9 inches of snow, like out and around Houston. So it was very odd. Same thing with hurricanes. We're having severe wind shears. So it does affect sometimes, yeah, 4 inches. It does affect how, you know, I constantly worry that I'm not going to be able to get in World on a lark. So that's what's going on. And I'm thrilled to hear about people that want to do these workshops, and these are exactly the kind of workshops I want to see happening. Um, does anybody else have any questions, comments, groans of anguish?
It's anguish.
Hi, Selma, welcome. This is our community meeting where we talk about random things. Right now, we're talking about our learning technology efforts here. All right, I'm going to turn the floor back over to Lone, and this time I'm going to mute Emerald so that y'all don't hear me coughing.
Thanks so much. That's really cool. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Zenon. That's fantastic. Good. Let me spin round to see what's next. That's education done. Child avatars. Okay. So this is a constant bane, and we've recently banned 2 new accounts on this grid within about a day. Excuse me, of them signing up. You can have child avatars on this grid as long as they are clothes, but there must be no nudity, no age play, no sexual talk, and it's just instant banning. We don't mess around with this. So please do report it. So firstly, ban them on your regions, and then just report it. So we're not talking about adult avatars. If you're in an adult region and you're an adult, do what you like. But basically, child avatars are not permitted on this region. Dinkies is the same. Well, dinkies are not child avatars, in fact. So dinkies are welcome, but it's the same thing. It's to do with paedophilia. Paedophilia is not legal in this country, and we do not allow it on this grid. Anyway, that's enough of that. Oh, look. Good. Non-tidal areas. So we now have 2 areas of the grid that are non-tidal, so the water doesn't move. And you can request to move your regions there if you wish to. We can move any regions anywhere on the grid, just about, if there's a space and you want to move there. And you can only move next to another resident, obviously, if they've given some permission. It's free to move your regions around the grid if you want to. Nothing changes on the region, so it's it's a bit weird. Like, so we basically pick the region up and we change a few settings, and it'll turn up over in a different place with all the stuff on it as before. All your landmarks will continue to work and everything like that. So just get in touch with a ticket, or you can use our Discord. And yeah, that's cool. So that's more about that. So before we do questions, Stevie, that's Stevie in real life, has asked to do a bit of a talk. Stevie, if you could come up here and...
Okay, I'll get in there. Sorry, I just had to let the dog out.
Who let the dog out? Woof, woof, woof.
Yes, sorry about that. Hello everyone. Some of you know me, some of you don't. There's quite a few new people here. Yes, this picture you're seeing at the moment is me in real life. And the reason I've asked Wolf if I could speak today was because I've been getting a lot of questions about whether I was a real priest or not. Well, I am a priest. I'm also a bishop. My full title is the Right Reverend Dr. Stevie. My real name is Stevie. So, yes, I am a bishop. I am a real priest. And I'm also the Wolf Territories chaplain, of course, which I do use my Avarabi and a cowboy. Yeah, you could say. I do use my Avarabi chaplain Stevie for doing services. I have an office here, and in that office you will find a post box. I want you to use that if you have any suggestions or any ideas of any kind of services you'd like me to hold. As you know, I said I'll be starting services this month. We are still aiming to do that. It will be the end of the month because we've had some issues with changing our regions round. I'm a typical autistic with ADHD who gets kind of itchy, and I have to move things around. Wolf, I think, will know all about doing things like that. I have just finished, or just finishing, a pet emporium. They're not um, the farm or anything like that, but as you know, some of you, I asked you if you had any dinosaurs or things like that. It's a place where you could just go around, grab some fish, sharks, dinosaurs, monkeys, stuff like that. That's what the aim is there. We have the car showroom, so we have all sorts of things. But there is one, well, two Sims that make up a haven, as we've called it, which has the church meeting hall as well as the main church. It's in an area where you can just wander around. There's like almost, if you like, prayer areas. There's also a little village. So if people, it's called Haven, Fellowship Haven. Um, we haven't listed it yet because I've only just finished it. But there on there also it's going to be a PG. At least we're separating it off from the main area. It's going to be PG, and there are houses there and small bungalows if people want to live on a PG, or well, moderate, should I say, moderate area. Um, there are some pictures coming up there in the background. Yes, I'm a wheelchair user as well, which sets me apart. I'm not the run-of-the-mill kind of priest. I am more like, in England we had a sitcom called Vicar of Dibley, and I have been known to have that sense of humour. I believe, and I believe this passionately, that um, religion or Christianity or whatever should be your way. If you use inclusive language, use inclusive language. If you don't use inclusive language, doesn't bother me. If you want to wave your hands in the air and clap, fine. If you don't and you want to kneel and say the rosary, that's fine. It's what comes from the heart that matters. And I strongly believe that. I woke up one day, I've been a priest for probably 10 years at this point, and I said to my partner at the time, I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore. I've had enough. I mean, it's the typical cliche. She turned around to me and said, but you're the priest. You've got to go. But I didn't want to go. Shortly after that, I took a year off. Didn't think I'd ever go back to the church, but I did. And I came back empowered, because I did it, instead of doing it as the powers of be say, I did it how God led me to do it. Now, that may sound really kind of ultra-religious and everything else. There are a few people in this room who know me kind of outside of the game, i.e. Lone and Illusions as well. They know, yes I do DJ, yeah, they know that I'm not run-of-the-mill. They know how I am, and I am passionate about what I believe in. Yes, I may swear at times, a few times sometimes, especially when I drop my cup of tea just before the meeting started. But I'm human. Christ never said you can't be human, you can't be yourself. In actual fact, Christ wanted you to be more of yourself. So this is what I want people to know. I know that people here are from all different backgrounds. I mean, I do hand fastings as well. I love doing hand fastings, which some people would say, how can you do that? That's a pagan ritual. But it's what comes from the heart. If that's what's coming from your heart, then I'm happy to do that, because it's your day. And I've done them across SL, Open Grid, the lot. I've been a priest for a long time in the virtual reality world, from everything from memorials to weddings, etc., etc. The aim of the meetings on a Sunday will be, but it doesn't have to be, I never used to do them on a Sunday before, but I happen to be free on Sundays now. Don't ask why. So, you know, I want to do what you want, and if you want them, That could be a charismatic service. That could be a Catholic service. I am an Episcopalian, I think, more, which will, most of you, I think, will relate to, which is a kind of a cross between a Catholic and um, an Anglican, really. It's an in-between. But I'm also from a charismatic background. Um, so yes, I have got a lot of background in me. But if you want to ask any questions, I'm a very open book. I always have been. And if you want to know anything about me, please ask. Or if you want to know what kind of services, if you want a service, even like blessing your land, that's the kind of thing I can do. But also, do come over to Cartref and Cartref City. We'd love to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Stevie. That's cool. Okay, just want to make something clear, just so that you don't get upset or anything like that. Of course, Wolf Territories Grid is an inclusive space, so that means that we welcome any faith, no faith. If we've got Muslim people want to set up something, that's cool, and we'll help and support you, any of you, with anything you want to build here. That's, the grid motto is facilitate, don't dominate. So our whole goal is about facilitating something, and in fact we did a thing with the University of Texas, I think it was, and where we had all different faith buildings there. So please don't think this is a Christian grid. It's actually an inclusive grid where everybody is welcome and everyone's part of it. And Illusion is hovering behind me in a sort of hovering way. So yeah, I just want to make that real clear. So yeah, did you want to say something? Yes.
Yeah. Just a couple of things. Obviously, we've got some very, very talented people in this grid. First thing is, I just want to reiterate: don't be shy. If you feel like you've got something you can give to the grid, then please do. At the end of the day, Learn very happy, or whoever, we're very happy to talk to you about anything you may have that you may think is stupid or silly, but actually it's not. I think you'd agree with me there, wouldn't you, Learn?
Sorry, my mic was off. Yeah. I just want to say that I do agree with you with that. Yeah. It's like as Illusions is saying, if you've got something you want to do and you're not quite sure how to do it, there's people here that can help you do it. We'll find a way. So
yeah.
Yes, moving swiftly.
I think the other thing is a massive thank you to obviously Zenon, to Luna, to both Luna, should I say, to everyone really who's really contributed to a grid, because at the end of the day, this grid is what you make it to be. If we didn't have you, then we wouldn't have the grid, I don't think. Don't get me wrong, yeah, we're tech and everything, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's like what Lon was saying, what everyone else is saying, to be fair. This is a community grid, this is your grid. We're not tied by bounds by, oh, you can't do this, you can't have that event at that time. This is the thing, it's like, it's open. So I just wanted to mention that too. And also, don't forget, we've got the Wolf Fest coming up very shortly as well. I think, is it June or July? Is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's June. We'll be putting that together. So, we'll be putting that together shortly. I just want to say, thanks for Ricky. Thanks for what you said there. I just want to make it really clear that if anybody is hassling somebody else, then you can report it to the grid, and we'll have a chat about it. Yeah. But the only thing we don't deal with is personal issues. So if someone's got a personal issue with somebody else, and it's a personal issue, then they need to deal with it with them. But we will not tolerate bullying. We won't tolerate anything like that. It just will not be tolerated. So if you're feeling under pressure because of that, please do get in touch and we'll have a chat with you about it. Cool. Okay, so that's done. Illusions, did you want to say any more?
Yeah, just another couple of things as well. Again, just going back to if you feel like you know, oh, I don't know if I should say that, you know, I don't know if it's silly or stupid. Please don't. At the end of the day, you know, we're all human, and you know, we will listen to you. It doesn't matter how silly or stupid you may think it is. Speak out. You know, at the end of the day, this is for you as well. Yeah. The other thing is as well is I would like to say we've got a new event. Well, not event. We've got a new club coming on board, which is called, I think it's called the World Beyond, isn't it? I think, Lady Jo, where she's built it and it looks incredible. Please do go over there and have a look at it because it really is superb. We'll be putting some events on there. There'll be singers there. There'll be live DJs there. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it from me. If anyone has any questions for me, please do get in touch with me. I don't always answer because I'm really busy with my real life music, but I am always here at, you know, some point I will get back to you. So yeah, that's me. Thanks.
Thanks, Illusions. Right, we're finally, after all that, at the questions and answers section. So if you've got any questions or comments, now's the time. If you could put hand up in the little box, then excuse me, then we'll try and answer any questions. So let's see. Okay, good. Savannah sent an invite. Nate, you should be good. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, thank you, Xenon. Okay, so Xenon's going to get in touch with Rail about doing some kind of study. I can't normally, there's like thousands of questions. Maybe we've just answered everything. I don't know. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I'm so encouraged, especially when you all turn up like half an hour early to get a seat. It's great. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so right. Okay, Nate's sorted out. Thank you, mate. Good. Just want to say something about autism as well. I've got autism, and Chad, it's been my pleasure to set up your new regions. Can I? Hands up. Can I repost what I think was missed? Yes. Oh, question about tides. Okay, let's do the tides question.
Okay. Let me make sure this thing is working. Yep. So,
no worries, Ricky.
Indy and I are I don't want to move my regions, right? But a lot of them are not designed for tides. They weren't done that way. And Indy and Tessa don't want me to move my regions either. So I'm wondering, Indy and I are going to be experimenting with off-grid things, like off-grid mountains and stuff like that, to see how that works with kind of diminishing differences in the tide. But I know that you've got a million things on your plate, but just put this in the back of your brain. What if there was a way to like make some kind of fog looking thing or something? Because boats and stuff don't care, you know, they'll just go right through there. But I'm wondering if we couldn't make something where if my region is not tides and someone else's is, then something kind of floats there and hides the difference.
No, I get that. So we do actually have tidal and non-tidal areas. You can have half your region's tidal and half your region's non-tidal. To deal with that difference, you can use. I've got one where I did some tests with a sort of waterfall thing over the side of it, which seemed to work really good. But I'm sure you could probably use some kind of particle system to generate fog. That would work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Maybe maybe someone magical
Bobby
does.
will know how to do it.
Oh, that's probably
You can
true.
ask Bobby to write you an LSL script to do a big
Okay.
cloud particle system. Have a bash at that. If not, we can. Bulby can do it. If not, we can
Bulby.
do that. That's fine. Bulby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bobby, by the way, anyone who doesn't know, yeah, Bobby writes scripts. So Bobby is
yeah.
the little robot at Welcome. He's downstairs. Also, if you have a region, you can take a copy of Bobby. It's in the region owner's pack, which you can also get downstairs. And you could just res him, and you can ask him to write. So if you say, Bobby, write me an LSL script to, I don't know, explode or whatever, then he'll write you a script to do it. So, and there's
Yep.
Bobby at Lunar Emporium. So, yes.
If everyone's not aware, Bobby is ChatGPT-4. ChatGPT-4. So when you ask him things, it's like you're on ChatGPT-4. He's
Yeah,
our
you
direct.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
To explain a bit of that tech, so he's actually way more than ChatGPT-4. So we built a whole interface between you and ChatGPT-4. So someone the other day accused me of just borrowing a script from somewhere that just talked directly to OpenSea, ChatGPT-4, but it doesn't. Okay, it actually uses some database software. It has state awareness. So if you ask it something now, if you say write a poem about Xenon, he'll write a poem, and then you say, Bobby, do that in French, he'll know to translate the poem. So he has state awareness. That's not normal. Okay, so normally if you're using an API, and he does images too, we did actually we are actually working on him making mesh models. So he's not being very, yeah, so it's not been very successful yet, but yes, so do give Bobby a go, bless him. Yeah, okay, good. That's good. Did I miss any questions from anybody? Let's see, there's a lot's been said, I know, so no one has found the prize. Okay, there has been a treasure hunt going on for months, with £100 sterling, £100 sterling is about $120 for anyone who finds the Phoenix. The Phoenix is in a cave. Okay, so if you find it, take a picture, contact me, and we'll see what we do, and we'll make an announcement. Rail, have you got an announcement, mate? Mate. You're not having a database of cage regions. Ah, okay, cool. The idea is to find it, okay? Yeah, and the thing is, we've got over more regions now, 31,000 Second Life regions. So yeah, it's a bit of a search, but one day someone's going to come across it and go, "I've just found it." Okay, I'm working on a proposal for a master's in research looking at computer game music and the correlation between autism, and wanted to put the feelers out. I'm hoping to compose for grid members who need musical content for any regions, builds, etc. I compose classical score, guitar-based, and electronic music. So, Rail is like me. We've got autism, and if you would like some music for your region, then Rail is offering to compose it, and he's really really good. So Illusions as well composes. We've got a few composers on this region. So if you if you want that, please get in touch with Rail. That's amazing, mate. Thank you very much. Factorlicious indeed. Okay. Tate, do you want to just give us a quick update on the Factor on your podcast? While we're here.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
ActorCast is going through a lot of changes. We are now transitioning to a brand new niche. Right now, we're at 450 subscribers as
Whoa.
of this. As for my son, he has decided to step down as being being one of the hosts, so I will be doing it full time. If y'all have any ideas for what the Factor Cast can do, please get into my box and give me some ideas that will help with the podcast. If anyone wants to be part of the Factor Squad, please jump in my box and I will send you the landmarking link.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. That's good. Basically, the grid help. We sponsor the Factorcast podcast by providing some tools like Canva and things like that for them to use. Phew. So just a little thing. Don't forget to add your regions to the destination guide. Don't forget to add your events so we can get that up. Okay, cool. So it's now 11:41. If anyone has any further questions, you don't have to do it here. You can ask any time. You can please join our Discord group. There's a Discord logo downstairs on this region. You can just click on that and it'll take you straight to the Discord group or ask me. Please join. If you haven't joined our in-world group, please do so. There's a little wolf statue downstairs. You can click on that. I think, unless anyone's got any more questions, I'm going to declare this meeting closed. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. I'll stay here for a bit in case anyone wants to talk to me. Please add me as a friend if you want to. Yeah. So yeah. Recording stopping now.